In our opinion, TV shows are more fun when you add in a supernatural element. Whether you're into witches, zombies, vampires, ghosts, werewolves, aliens, or any other supernatural beings out there, it's hard to resist the appeal of a paranormal element, especially when the series is set in an otherwise totally normal world. We are ranking the 10 best supernatural shows having their airing date in 2022. At number 10, we have The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. This series brings to screens for the very first time the heroic legends of the fabled Second Age of Middle-earth's history. This epic drama is set thousands of years before the events of J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and takes viewers back to an era in which great powers were forged, kingdoms rose to glory and fell to ruin, unlikely heroes were tested, hope hung by the finest of threads, and the greatest villain that ever flowed from Tolkien's pen threatened to cover all the world in darkness. Beginning in a time of relative peace, the series follows an ensemble cast of characters, both familiar and new, as they confront the long-feared re-emergence of evil to Middle-earth. From the darkest depths of the misty mountains to the majestic forests of the elf capital of Lindon, to the breathtaking island kingdom of Numenor, to the furthest reaches of the map, these kingdoms and characters carve out legacies that live on long after they are gone. Next on the list is The Essex Serpent. It is a historical novel written by British author Sarah Perry. The novel is set in the late 19th century in the Essex village of Aldwinter and follows the story of Cora Seaborn, a widowed naturalist, who travels to the village in search of the legendary Essex Serpent, a mythical creature said to haunt the marshes and terrorize the local residents. In Aldwinter, Cora meets the local vicar, William Ransom, who is skeptical of the serpent's existence and tries to discourage Cora from pursuing her quest. Despite William's protests, Cora persists, and the two eventually find themselves drawn together as they explore the mystery of the serpent and the secrets that it holds. The novel is a richly atmospheric blend of historical fiction and mystery, with a touch of gothic horror. Perry's writing is evocative and vivid, capturing the beauty and mystery of the Essex landscape and the people who live there. The novel is a meditation on faith, science, and the human search for meaning, and it explores the tension between reason and faith, tradition and progress. At number 8, we have the Marvel series and the fan favorite, I Am Groot. It is a catchphrase associated with the character of Groot, a humanoid tree-like alien in the Marvel Comics universe. Groot first appeared in Tales to Astonish number 13 in 1960, and he has since become a beloved member of the Marvel Comics pantheon. Groot is a member of the extraterrestrial race of Flora Colossi and was originally introduced as a villain. However, after joining the Guardians of the Galaxy, he has become one of the team's most endearing and popular members. Despite his limited vocabulary of only saying I am Groot, the character has been able to convey a wide range of emotions and expressions through the inflection of his voice and body language. Coming at number 7 is The Winchesters. The name Winchesters are the central characters of the long-running television series Supernatural, which first aired in 2005. Sam and Dean Winchester are brothers who grew up on the road, hunting supernatural creatures and saving people from evil. The brothers were raised by their father, John Winchester, after the mysterious and violent death of their mother, Mary Winchester. John trained them to be hunters, and they have continued his work after his death. Throughout the series, Sam and Dean encounter various monsters, demons, and gods, and they must use their knowledge, skills, and weapons to defeat them. They are aided by a variety of allies, including the angel Castiel, the prophet Kevin Tran, and the demon Crowley. They also face personal challenges, including the loss of loved ones, their own personal demons, and the struggle to maintain their humanity in the face of constant danger. You may have been expecting this one, as Ms. Marvel went everywhere. The character, Kamala Khan, made her first appearance in the comic book series Captain Marvel number 14 in August 2013. Kamala is a teenage girl from Jersey City who discovers she has inhuman powers, including the ability to shapeshift and grow her body to superhuman size. Inspired by her hero, Captain Marvel, Kamala decides to use her powers for good and become a superhero, taking on the mantle of Ms. Marvel. Kamala struggles to balance her superhero duties with her normal life, including her relationship with her family and friends, as well as her own personal identity crisis. Through her adventures, she encounters various characters from the Marvel Universe, such as the Avengers, Inhumans, and the X-Men, and also faces challenges such as prejudice, self-discovery, and the struggle to find her place in the world. Now let's move on to the only anime series that made in our top 10 list. It's named The Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man follows the story of Denji, a young man living in a world where devils and humans coexist. After his father is killed by a devil, Denji is left to fend for himself and is eventually taken in by a devil hunting organization. As he begins to learn how to fight devils, Denji discovers he has a strange power that allows him to transform into a chainsaw-wielding demon. With his newfound power, Denji sets out to avenge his father's death and protect the world from the devils that threaten it. Along the way, he must battle powerful devils and uncover the secrets behind his mysterious power. With a combination of comedy and intense action, Chainsaw Man is sure to keep readers hooked as they follow Denji on his journey of self-discovery and revenge. At number 4, we have The Moon Knight. It is a Marvel Comics superhero created by writer Doug Moench and artist Don Perlin. The character first appeared in 1975 in the comic book series Werewolf by Night. Moon Knight, also known as Mark Spector, is a former mercenary and CIA agent who has multiple personalities and believes that he is the avatar of the Egyptian moon god Khonshu. After being left for dead in the desert, Spector was resurrected by Khonshu and tasked with fighting crime as the vigilante Moon Knight. Moon Knight is known for his exceptional combat skills, his use of technology and his wealth, which he uses to fight crime in New York City. He is often portrayed as a complex and troubled character, struggling with his multiple personalities and his own personal demons. Throughout his adventures, Moon Knight has been a fan-favorite character for many years, and his popularity has only increased with the recent resurgence of interest in street-level superheroes. Moving towards our number 3, which is The Sandman. It is a comic book series published by DC Comics. The main character of The Sandman is Dream, also known as Morpheus, is one of the 7 Endless. The Endless are anthropomorphic personifications of various metaphysical entities, such as destiny, death, desire, despair, delirium, formerly delight, and destruction. It entails the ventures of the god of dreams, Dream of the Endless, in realms that transcend the boundaries of human comprehension. A rich blend of modern myth and dark fantasy in which contemporary fiction, historical drama, and legend are seamlessly interwoven, The Sandman follows the people and places affected by the Dream King, as he mends the cosmic and human mistakes he's made during his vast existence. With interesting and terrifying twists of mythology, The Sandman is a story about stories and how Morpheus is captured and subsequently learns that sometimes change is inevitable. At top 2 is another fan favorite and blockbuster show, Wednesday. This TV show follows Wednesday Addams' years as a student, when she attempts to master her emerging psychic ability, thwart and solve the mystery that embroiled her parents. Restating a point that I have made, 2022 is a year of remakes and sequels. Nostalgia sells and, in this day and age, gives people a glimpse of the good old times. The 90s was an important decade for cult classics. The Addams Family is one such classic. Everyone has watched it, and with its quirky darkness, it has charmed all. The simple theme of a weird family is all it took. And the creepiness, the silliness and the perfect sarcasm also helped. Wednesday is so well put together and every detail can be analyzed and studied. Tim Burton brought to life a classic like The Addams Family without tarnishing the original. Jenna Ortega showed everyone that she is the star to look out for in the future, and yes, her choreography is exactly how Wednesday would dance, as she pulled off one of the most iconic dance scenes in the history of television. The 8-episode series, finally, our number one TV of this genre is the one and only House of the Dragon. It is an American fantasy drama television series created by George R.R. Martin and Ryan Condal for HBO. A prequel to Game of Thrones, 2011 to 2019, it is the second television series in the A Song of Ice and Fire franchise. The first season was about the start of the events that lead to the infamous Civil War. King Viserys I Targaryen rules over an unprecedented time of peace, but questions about his succession threaten to send the realm into chaos. Will Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen sit on the Iron Throne, or is Westeros not ready for a queen? The long-awaited prequel follows the family intrigue of the Targaryen dynasty around 200 years before Queen Daenerys set out to reclaim the Iron Throne has finished its first season. House of the Dragon has made a splash, kicking off roughly a century after the Targaryen conquest brought dragons to Westeros and united the Seven Kingdoms under their rule. If you've seen Game of Thrones, then you should keep in mind that House of the Dragon covered more dragons, and the graphical representation is even better. Thank you for watching our video. Please comment below for what you want to see next from us. Also subscribe if you've liked our video.